Hi everyone, and welcome to this beautiful shady terrace in Italy where we're going to be doing a 10 to 15 minute Pilates workout. The aim of today is just to get our shoulders and our hips working, just challenge our core a little bit as well, so you don't need any experience and it's just a really lovely way to get yourself moving this afternoon. Okay, so we're starting in 4-point kneeling, so bring yourself around and set yourself up with your hands directly beneath your shoulders. Lots of space between your fingers and your knees directly beneath your hips, so you have a 90-degree angle at your hips and at your knees. Bring your toe up and in so you feel like you're supporting your spine with your core, and we'll just start pressing the mat away so we feel super supported and shoulders are away from our ears. Starting with a really easy shoulder drop, so all we're doing is keeping our arms lengthened. Bring the shoulder blades together behind the line of the spine and drop your breastbone down towards the floor, and then press away. Let's go again. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, pressing up. So we're activating the muscles around the shoulder girdle, keeping our arms lengthened and getting this beautiful movement through the shoulders, all the while keeping your tummy button coming up and in to support your spine. So a nice little warm up. You might feel a little bit stiff to start with, and then you may feel that as you do a few more, we get a little bit more movement in that area. Just 2 more times here, and back to your start position. Well done. Now coming into a salute, we're keeping the angle of our hips the same, so supporting, and from here we breathe in to prepare and breathe out. Float one arm up, elbow comes up. Inhale, take that arm down. Let's go to the side. We're keeping our spine totally still. You may feel how your middle switches on to support you as you lift your arm up. Keep pressing the mat away, and you should be able to feel the weight transferring between your left arm and your right arm as you do this movement. And again, float, lower, float, lower. 2 more times to each side now. Breathing out and in, out, in. Final couple. And our last one. Now let's add in a rotation. So this time we're saluting and then trying to rotate through the spine, pressing the mat away, lifting the elbow and the shoulder up, and then lowering down. Going to the side, exhale, lift, rotate, inhale and lower. And just like on the other side, you may feel you haven't got much movement to start with, but as we get warmer, your muscles will start to ease up and you might get a little bit more movement in. On this one, I'd like you to be super careful that you're keeping your hips and bottom still. We're not wagging our bottom from side to side. This movement is just a really lovely rotation of the spine, which is also fantastic for our upper body strength and our bone density because we're going into this weight bearing position. Last one. Okay, just 1 more to each side now. Float, lift, down, through, exhale, lift, up, down and through. Brilliant. Now if you need to, just sit back, take the weight off your wrists and give your fingers and your wrists a little bit of a rock round. Back into 4-point kneeling, and now we'll start to warm up our hips. So back into that same position. Imagine you've got a glass of Prosecco or a glass of water on your back. We're keeping our hips totally still, and from here, floating one leg up, inhale and down. Now we're trying to bring that knee up into the air to hip height without moving our hips. Ask yourself if one side feels any different from the other, and keep your tummy muscles coming up and in so that you're supported through your center. And again, breathe out, lift, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Well done. And again, so we're activating the back of the legs and the glutes now, and we'll do 2 more times to each side. Breathe out, in, keep pressing the mat away through your upper body. Last couple, and final one. Now still working on the legs, we're going into a single leg slide. So back to 4 point kneeling, single leg slide. Keep your hips still, float that leg up, keeping that leg long, and go into our circles. The movement is coming from the hip, imagining that a piece of thread is pulling your leg away behind you. Keeping the hips nice and still. Let's go 8 times in one direction. I can already feel this working. And now let's go the other way. Circling around, trying to keep your body totally still. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Pause, lower the leg, bring the knee back in. Now it's time for the other leg to go. So sliding that leg away, lift that leg up, lengthen the toe away from you, keep your middle up and in, and let's circle here. 8 times in each direction. 6, 7, 8, and pause, and now reverse, go the opposite way. 7, 6, 5, I can feel this, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause here, lower the leg, bring the knee back in, sit back over your heels, take the weight off your fingers and wrists, ready for a single arm slide combined with a floating arm. Now if you wish to make this more challenging, you can add in a hand weight or a bottle of water to add in a bit of extra resistance, or you can just do it as is. So back into 4 point kneeling, tummy muscles coming up and in. You're going to slide one arm away, lift up to shoulder height, now keeping it parallel with the floor. Float the arm around so your hand is by your bottom. Bring the arm back, lower down and in. So we're getting this beautiful movement at that shoulder girdle now. Really easing it out, circling around, back round, down and in. So just like before, we're keeping your body totally still. Let's slide and lift, float, back round, down, in, and again, lift, slide, back, down and in. 2 more times to each side. Really feel that connection here. Keep the back of the neck long. We're keeping really lengthened through our spine here. And again, slide and lift, circle, back, down and in. Last one to each side now. Reaching through the middle finger to get lots of lovely space in that shoulder girdle. Final one. Slide back around, down and in. Well done. Sit back once again, give yourself a rest if you need to, because now we're going into one of my very favourite exercises, which is our dynamic side twist prep. So we're coming back into 4 point kneeling. Set yourself up, knees a hip distance apart, hands a shoulder distance apart, and from here we're going to slide one leg away, then twist, bring both heels down on the floor and lift that top arm up, turning your head to watch your finger. Bring the arm back round, bring that knee back in and set yourself up here, then go to the side, slide that leg away, twist and bring the heels down, lift that top arm up, sweep the arm around and bring back in. Now like me, you may find that you're much more stable on one side than the other. So let's use our feet, open up the hips, open up the shoulders, sweep and through, and again slide, twist, lift, sweep, back and through. One more normal one to each side now. So lovely twist here. Really controlling this movement if you can. Slide, and lift, back, down and in. Now we're adding in a leg lift here. So just like before, thinking about a piece of thread attached to your toe, we slide, lift and twist, and then float that top leg up and balance here. Just take a breath here, lower back down and bring the knee in. Going to the other side, slide, lift the arm up, float the leg, lower, down and in. So I have to readjust every time, so let's go 2 more times to each side. Lifting up, be a bit smoother. Try and control as you come down. And our last one, slide, lift, arm comes up, leg comes up as well, down, through, and sit back over your heels. Take the weight off your wrists and give them a roll around. Give your fingers a wiggle. Let's come round, ready for our 2 final breaths. So sitting however suits you best. Let's lengthen it through the crown of the head, drop the shoulders down, take the arms away, take a nice deep breath in, reaching all the way up, have a lovely stretch, press the air away. Let's go one more time here, all the way up, reaching through, press the air away, and you can give yourself a nice tap. Well done.